Alright, welcome to my playthrough of Your Turn to Die, Death Game by Majority. It's been 2 days since my last recording, and last time was my longest recording yet of the playthrough, going a little bit over 2 hours and a half. Basically all the videos up until that point were between like 35 and 75 minutes or so, so it was like double. More than double my longest other video. So this one might be lengthy as well due to the situation that we're in. You know, I can't just pause naturally at any time. Something important might be going on for a while, and the reason is I am in the main game. And the preliminary vote has happened. So I will just sum up what happened in the last episode. So now I actually wrote down some notes here to refresh myself. Now was questioned a lot about the disappearance of Professor Mishima's head while she was in the kitchen. We learned that Professor Mishima told Nao to vote for each other. To protect her though, he voted for himself instead of voting for her as he was initially suggesting. I did not cry. Anyway, Nao is the one that attacked So in the secret room. But the reason that she did that is Kai threatened her with the kitchen knife to do it. The reason that Kai wanted So to get knocked out or something along those lines is he wanted to retrieve the laptop that So was inspecting in the secret room, because the laptop contains incriminating information. However, it turns out that So found the password before that, and so he saw the contents of the laptop, and it is incriminating indeed. Within, he found emails of... So it turns out it was Kai's laptop, and he found emails that incriminate him, Kai, because Kai sent email addressing the kidnappers with things like, okay, we have secured 17 victims so far, and stuff like that. But he also had emails within that said stuff like, I will protect Sarah, the Chidoins I'm doing this for the Chidoins. So it's like, it puts Sarah in the crossfire and people assume she is part of the kidnappers, as Kai is also suspected to be. Well, for him, it's more than suspected. Like I mean, it's pretty clear that it's very, very. If he's not with the kidnappers, he's very much. Okay, the word is not coming to mind. Darn you, English being my second language. But it's something adjacent to that. Because he is participating with us. He could die for all I know, like the rest of us. But anyway, the point is he is incriminated. Sarah is incriminated, and due to the contents of the emails, Joe is incriminated as well. So the three of them were being brought forward by So based on what he saw on the laptop. So all of Sarah, Joe, and Kai have been among the top voters. Is that the correct way of saying it? They were 3 of the 5 that received the most votes. The others being So because he lost it, and Kanna because she was less useful, I guess. Right, so the reason that... So what happened with So is because he is convinced that Sarah is not only among the kidnappers, but also the most devious of them all, because she has done everything to garner the trust of the others. The way they were defending her as he was accusing her, he sees her as like the most devious of the bunch, so he is specifically targeting her and not making it secret at all. He calls everybody else out for not singling her out alongside him. And so that's why So ended up getting a ton of votes himself, because he became extremely antagonistic towards everybody. Alright, after these 20 minutes of refresher, I mean, I needed the refresher myself, because for me it's been 2 days. Oh my god, it's been so long, right? But anyway, so we had the preliminary vote, and yeah. Joe, Kanna, somehow. So, Sarah, not pictured here, of course, and Kai will be the 5 people to vote for. The others are safe. Obviously, they are safe so long as neither the sacrifice or the keymaster get the most vote at the end. So they might still die. At the end of the day, it's not about the grudges anymore. At the end of the day, you have to vote someone who is neither the keymaster nor the sacrifice. So right now, So has called himself the keymaster from the start, and it took a while for Sarah to tell the rest of the group that she is the keymaster. So now it's a clear opposition between Sarah and So. Additionally, we don't know who the sacrifice is. There was a bit of implication that it could be Kanna, which would be the reason she has 2 votes if she voted for herself. But that makes no sense to me, because I don't think there's anyone else she specifically wants to live alongside her. The way she was talking, it sounded like she wanted to die more than anything else, so she would not vote for herself. If she wanted to die, she would not vote for herself, precisely so that if she's not voted off, she dies. That would be the whole point, so she would not get any votes. But then other people could vote for her because she was the least useful, quote-unquote. So that's the situation right now. If you've watched the previous video right before this, maybe this entire segment was pointless on my part. I probably didn't need to say all of this. I'm so sorry. I rambled so much, like all the time. Okay, let's do this. Alright, let's not be hasty. Anyone wants to confess their role? Go ahead. So far, the only roles that were confessed is, like I said, So has said he was the keymaster right at the start, and then Sarah right at the end, like around the same time as the preliminary vote. I don't remember if it was before or after, but it was really around the same time. So there's 2 people claiming to be the keymaster and no one else. No one claimed to be the sage, so there's no one backing up any of the keymasters, because of course if you're the sage and you back up someone as being the keymaster, it singles you out as someone safe to eliminate. So if you're the sage, you don't want to be you don't want to talk unless you're not one of the 5. Like if you're not one of the 5, like let's say the sage is Reko, for example. Well, if Reko is the sage, she would have no reason to hold it anymore, because she cannot be voted off anymore. However, since no one said it, it sounds like the sage is one of the 5. Well, one of the 4, because we specifically know which role Sarah is. Okay, anyway, let's move on, or at this rate, it's gonna take like 5 hours before I finish this darn vote that we're heading towards. Okie dokie, if anyone wants to confess the role on their card, let's go in order. I have nothing to say. Kanna. I have little to say myself. You are free to imagine what you wish. I'm the Keymaster. I'm the one who's been saying it from the start. Honestly, that beanie sack of shit can't be trusted. Makes my blood run cold. I'll believe in So, and whoever tries to protect him is the Sage. That's where we ought to aim. Wait, if someone tries to protect So, they are the Sage? For what reason? Okay, I need to think. I need to figure this out. My brain is not like crazy good. I don't have a genius brain, so I need to process this. Why would someone trying to protect So be the Sage? What is the logic behind this? Because there's two people claiming to be the Keymaster. So let's say Gin, for example, it doesn't matter, claims that So is the Keymaster. Now I see. I don't see how it makes him the Sage. Okay, maybe if I thought about it more, I'd figure it out. But I don't want to linger on this. See, if I was playing by myself, just normal playthrough, I would actually take the time to ponder this to see if I figure something out. But because I'm recording it for people to see, not that anybody watches this, but because of this, I don't want to linger on this for very long and bore you. Why aim for the Sage, Woof? The Sage can divine, but if they're outed, it's over. Like, oh, if that's the Sage, I can vote for them. Yeah, because they are neither the Keymaster nor the Sacrifice. So the Sage can't confess? Meow. Hey, yeah, if Kanna really wants to die, wouldn't she say, I'm the Sage? Actually, that's a good point. So, Kanna was essentially saying stuff like, Kanna wants to die, Kanna wants to go back to her big sister, you know, her sister who died in the first trial. And I'm like, okay, if she wants to die, it's true that calling herself the Sage would achieve that, but does she have the brain power to figure it out on her own? Because she's what? She's like, I don't know, 12, 13? Can she actually figure this out? Like, when you're that age, it might not occur to you to figure this out. Also, the Sacrifice gets to vote twice, right? Is the Sacrifice someone who received 2 votes? Once again, I don't think Kanna is the Sacrifice, because if she wants to die as she claims, she would not. But it's a mind game, right? It was pointed out actually. If she's the Sacrifice and wants to die, she would not say she's the Sacrifice, because then it means people cannot vote for her. But then, what is this? I explained it better last episode, sorry. This is hard, Meow. Don't want a massacre, woof. Joe, you're not talking. What's your role? Huh? Who cares? Okay then. And Sarah, you're the Keymaster? Yes! Okay, that's all our statements. Let's give this some real focus, everybody. Oh yeah, Sarah, if you want to review the rules, ask me anytime. Though we don't have much time. Wait, that's it? I have to figure something out? When literally everyone has something to say? Oh boy. Okay. This is gonna be a doozy. Well, let's start with him, since he said, yeah, I guess he acts like the tutorial guy here, which means he probably is not part of the answer. So let's start with him. Want me to confirm the card rolls for you? I mean, I can already do that in the items, but If the Keymaster is chosen as the victim, everybody perishes. That's right. If the sacrifice is the victim, the sacrifice wins. They can escape with one person they like, but everybody else dies. If the victim is a commoner or the sage, everybody's safe, meaning that you should vote for either the sage or any of the commoners. Well, though, the chosen person and the sacrifice die, of course. Yeah, because the sacrifice dies automatically if they're not the one getting the most votes. That's about the long and short of it. It's all in the rulebook. When selecting items, you can sometimes view a second page by touching the description? I don't remember this. Did this come up before and I just didn't internalize it, or did it just show up now for the first time? Okay, wait. How did he say that? Touch the description? Okay, let's see. This? Oh my god! Okay. 5 people are nominated by preliminary vote. In the final vote, one victim must be chosen. If fewer than 5 in preliminaries, the final vote uses that many. Okay, like let's say if like 3 people got votes at all, and the rest did not get any vote, it would just be 3 people in the final vote. If only one victim is chosen with no final vote, what are the chances? Commoner, no powers. Keymaster, all die if chosen. Sacrifice has 2 votes, but lives only if chosen. Sage knows who the Keymaster is via divination, but cannot lie about the results of divination. What? I don't remember that. Oh my god. Okay, wait a second. So if the sage gets asked, like you could press literally everyone to tell you who the Keymaster is, and when you ask the actual sage, they are forced to tell the truth. If they don't, they probably get killed by the kidnappers, I presume. So, but then again, like if they don't answer. Like if it's not a lie, like let's say you ask me if a pen is blue when it's a red pen. It's a red pen, and you ask, is this a blue pen? And I say, oh, don't ask stupid questions. Well, that's not lying, right? It's just not answering the question. But if you specifically ask everybody, they would have to tell the truth. Oh, oops, sorry. A box with a note saying, please use as you wish, there's numbers, yeah, okay. We probably don't need this anymore. It was the box with the kitchen knife. And the paper with the names and stuff. Yeah, I don't think this will come up anymore. Okay. Well, I'm gonna start with the bottom for once. I'll believe in So, and whoever tries to protect him is the sage. That's where we ought to aim. When I think of those allying with So, there's like no one allying with him. Am I missing someone here? Is there a bunch of people I did not realize allied with him? As far as I can tell, yeah, a bunch of people voted for So, meaning there's definitely people not allying with him, but maybe the people that voted for Sarah or Joe or Kanna or Kai are allying with So, but for the most part I just think it's because those people are more suspicious at a glance. I don't know. There's no one allying with So. What the heck? Oh, okay. It's pretty much just myself. Well, no more worry of being picked. What a show! So despicable. Have him add the statement? What? That's fine, but what are you talking about? Oh, because he didn't say that right off the bat, so it changes the... Okay. Those allying with So, it's pretty much just myself. We're both despised. Perhaps we can get along. This is hard, Meow. Don't want a massacre, Woof. Massacre has a bad sound to it, Woof. Didn't you say that word first, Gin? No, Woof. My parents would get mad if they heard me use a word like that, Meow. Then who told it to you? Big Bro Joe said it before the preliminary vote, Meow. If you pick Sarah, it'll be a massacre for... Joe's the sage. What? Joe just casually said indirectly that he's the sage by telling people that if Sarah is voted off, it will be a massacre, meaning he knows she's the keymaster. So far, no one, not a single person, told other people their role, as far as we can tell. As far as Sarah is concerned, no one knows she's the keymaster. Like, she didn't show it to anyone. No one saw it from her. Like, she didn't faint and someone saw her card or anything like that. Unlike So, who did get knocked out and his card was, you know, under the table in the secret room, but I didn't look at it at the time because obviously there was the warning on it that he would die, so... Big Bro Joe said it will be a massacre if you pick Sarah. Meow. Joe's the sage. Yes. I don't get it, but okay, Woof. Big Bro Joe said it before the preliminary vote, Meow. If you pick Sarah, it will be a massacre for sure. Massacre has a bad sound to it, Woof. Okay, that sounds like a key point, so it will probably involve this, but I definitely want to hear everybody else, of course. I have rather little to say. You are free to imagine what you wish. Oh, thanks, Kai. I have zero trust after the incident with Soul, so anything I say... Do you admit you're with the kidnappers? If I denied it, would you believe me? Okay, fair point, Kai. I'll check anyway. Do you deny it? Well now, I wonder. He's playing dumb. Yeah, thanks, Kai. Have him add the statement. What meaning could this have? Am I on the side of the kidnappers? The answer is yet hidden in darkness. Confirming it is simply impossible, surely. Don't call me Shirley. The sacrifice gets to vote twice, right? Is the sacrifice someone who received 2 votes? I mean, only 5 people got votes and they all had 2 votes or more. Which means the sacrifice could be Joe, it could be Kanna. I mean, it sounds like Joe is the... Sorry. It sounds like Joe is the sage. And so... And it sounds like Kanna could be the sacrifice. If Joe is the sage, and he talks about massacre, he's not the sacrifice. I don't think it's him. If Kanna wants to die, she's not the sacrifice, because she would specifically not say it so that she doesn't get picked and then dies. Unless, of course, she does not want to die and it's all a front, but I don't think so. Could Soul be the sacrifice? I don't think so, because the entire time Soul was like... Not the entire time, but he was the most antagonistic here. So obviously his behavior gets him several votes. Wait a second. No. That would be good for him if he wants to live. No. Okay, I need to change the way I think. If So pointed the blame to Sarah, to Joe, to Kai, there's no way he's the sacrifice, because he put he pointed the finger at Sarah, Joe, and Kai. So he deflected votes away from himself. He's not the sacrifice. I don't think Sarah is the sacrifice, and I don't think Joe is the sacrifice, because I think he's the sage, and we know that Sarah is not the sacrifice, which means Kai would be the sacrifice. He is very shady. Everything he says makes him look shady. So him being the sacrifice is logical, and he gets votes without being over the top about it. I think Kai is the sacrifice. However, I've been thinking, what if the sacrifice is neither of the five? What if the sacrifice is one of the others, but did not vote for themselves, voted for someone else, specifically with the intent of dying? What, like, if the sacrifice wants to die, they would not vote for themselves. So if the sacrifice wants to die, let's say the sacrifice is... No, she does not want to die. She wants to live to finish the painting. Okay, it's not her. Let's say the sacrifice is Alice, for example. If he wants to die, I don't see why, but if he wants to die, he would not vote for himself. He would vote for other people. The sacrifice could be Alice, could be Gin, could be Nao, but I don't think so. Could be Reiko, could be Kyutaro, and it could be Keiji. Technically, it could be either of those if one of them wants to die. I just don't see who among them wants to die. Initially, I would have thought Nao, maybe, but then we had the whole sequence where she wants to live, specifically for the purpose of finishing her painting of the professor, to honor his memory and everything. So maybe I'm reaching here, but I think it's something important to ponder. I would definitely, if I was playing the game by myself, I would definitely take the time to ponder this stuff, like I'm doing now. I'm sure for the viewer it's not that interesting, because I go on too long about it. It's fine to make the exercise of thinking about those things, but if you go too long, it gets tedious to watch, I'm sure, so I'm sorry. I thought we could exclude anyone with one vote or less from being the sacrifice. But everyone had 2 or more votes. She's looking at it from the perspective of the sacrifice not wanting to die, which is fair. Most people do not want to die, but what if someone wants to die? The only person that showed hints of wanting to die, well, it wasn't hints, it was very in your face, but it was Kanna. But then she would not say she wants to die, she would... I don't know. When Kyutaro was pointing fingers at Kanna, Nao, and Gin for them, because the 3 of them were being the least useful to the group, Gin went above and beyond to try to prove his worth. Nao struggled to do that, but a lot of the discussion centered around her in the last video. And she tried her best because she wants to live. She wants to live, so she wanted to prove her worth, even though she didn't really manage to do so. But Kanna said nothing. If she wanted to die, she would actually work hard. If she was the sacrifice. Okay, listen. This is like a multi-layer thing. If Kanna is the sacrifice and she wants to die, then she would work hard to prove to Kyutaro that she wants to live. because then she would no longer receive votes. Whereas what she did is she barely interacted with anybody. She just closed up. And because she did that, it makes her more likely to be voted off, precisely because she is not very useful, quote unquote, and she is a liability, quote unquote, and she is not helping her case. But if she wants to die, she wants to not get votes, meaning she would work hard to prove her worth. If she is the sacrifice and she wants to die, and she does not want to drag down everybody else around her, like, if you're the sacrifice, you get to live alongside one person of your choice. Does Kanna have someone she wants to live alongside her? Who is the person she likes the most? I don't know. A while back I would have said Sarah, but no, because Sarah lied to her, it was exposed, she has been less trusting of Sarah since. So probably Ereko then. I don't know, but then if she still wants to die, oh my god. Anyway, sorry. Let's go. I lost track of what she said. Sacrifice with 2 votes. Everyone had 2 or more votes, so we don't know who of them is the sacrifice. Honestly, that beanie sack of shit can't be trusted. Makes my blood run cold. I gotta go with my heart more than my reason. And that beanie guy is bad news. Can't ask him about shit. Wait, that's it? Okay, there's nothing here that matters to anything. I don't think she's involved in whatever the answer is. I still think, again, what he said is related. I'm the keymaster. I'm the one who's been saying it from the start. No, that's not how he would laugh here. You've got scary eyes, Sarah. Now might not be the time to bother with him. Wait, that's it? If Kanna really wants to die, wouldn't she say, I'm the sage? The sage's the easiest one for us to vote for. If they can divine, you can identify them right away. So it's a mystery to me why Kanna wouldn't just call herself the sage. Yeah. But like I said, she probably just didn't think that far ahead, because she's young. I have nothing to say. There's nothing to speak about. Please, Kanna, anything. Give me information. I'm sorry. Ugh, we don't have time. Okay, so we can exclude Ereko's statement. Maybe now, but no, it's not. We can exclude Ereko, we can exclude Kyutaro, we can exclude Kanna. Well, maybe not Kyutaro. We can exclude Ereko and Kanna and Keiji. Maybe Alice, I don't know. Joe, my role? Who cares? Don't give me that look, Sarah. Why don't you want to say? Me saying something now is just suspicious, right? Right, because he was tossed in with Sarah and Kai as part of the kidnappers, because his name actually his name did not come up, but quote-unquote Sarah's friend came up in the emails in Kai's laptop, so obviously it means Joe. So he's suspicious either way. As is Sarah and as is Kai, but he's mega suspicious. That's why I ain't gonna say. I don't think he really changed his statement, but... Joe, add what you just said. Huh? I'm just saying the same thing. No, you said something slightly different. Huh? Is Sarah just big braining me because I don't see the difference? My role? Not gonna say. Whatever I say now, it will be the same. Will be the same? What do you mean it will be the same? Like, whatever you say, it doesn't make a difference? I don't see how that leads to anything. Okay, Joe said before the preliminary vote, meow. If you pick Sarah, it will be a massacre for sure. Massacre has a bad sound to it, woof. Okay, first of all, okay, do we present the rule book to show that Gin's statement is essentially proving that Joe is the sage? What? Meow? Shoot, that was a mistake. So it would be a conflict. Who is... What is somebody saying conflicting with what he said? I mean, Joe, I guess. Well, let's see. My role? Not gonna say. Whatever I say now, it will be the same. Joe said before the preliminary vote, meow, if you pick Sarah, it will be a massacre, for sure. Whatever I say, it won't make a difference. No, he said it will be the same. But that means the same thing. That's not conflicting. Kanna just apologizes. Kyutaro talks about Kanna. So says, you've got scary eyes. Deiko said, So can't be trusted. Now says, people with 2 votes or more, that person is the sacrifice. Kai says he's acting shady. Alice says he supports So. But didn't he say that whoever supports So is the sage? Like whoever protects So is the sage? Wait a second. Maybe Alice is the sage. Like if Joe is not the sage, then I think Alice is. Big Bro Joe said it before the preliminary vote, meow. If you pick Sarah, it will be a massacre for sure. Massacre for sure. So he says that Joe is the sage, indirectly. And Joe says, not gonna say my role. Whatever I say now, it'll be the same. Well, I'm gonna try it. But I'm sure what Gin is saying is critical, either way. Ah! Yeah, okay. Gin, could you tell me that again? Before the preliminary vote, Big Bro Joe said, if you pick Sarah, it will be a massacre, woof. Joe said woof. Joe, what did you say about your role? Huh? Well, I said I wouldn't say it. You corrected who cares into I won't say. Who cares, Sarah? Like, I don't see, that's like the same thing. People can use different terms to mean the same thing because it doesn't matter, generally speaking. We are not lawyers here. We don't carefully pick the super specific word for the exact specific situation every single time. Sarah, why are you so... I don't know the word. A role you won't say. It's like that, is it? Like Sarah's... Sarah is just quicker than me about this. Like, I found the solution, but like Sarah saw the solution for a different reason than me. It's okay. Hold on a second, Sarah. There's no time. We shouldn't be arguing, right? Oh no, it just occurred to me. If Sarah singles out Joe as being the sage, that means Joe is the safe pick to vote for. Meaning, if Joe dies, then Sarah will be heartbroken. She will lose her BFF. And Joe is absolutely BFF material. Let's be honest. If Joe dies, she will crumble. That's a good point. Why is she bringing him forward? Maybe she's not realizing. But now Joe is sweating because he's being targeted. He does not want to die. He said he wanted to protect Sarah. If he dies, he cannot protect her anymore. He said it, at the start, when they were in the darkness, like when Sarah's stalker was being like stalking, I don't know. He said he would protect her from the stalker, but at the end of the day, he'll protect her just generally speaking. He cannot do that if he's dead. So let's save this beautiful face of his, alright? Should I be saying this out loud? The outcomes that result in a massacre, in other words, everyone being killed, it's when either the Keymaster or the sacrifice is chosen as the victim. And there's only one role capable of identifying one of those. Of identifying the Keymaster. Yes, a role that shouldn't be exposed. Will I expose it myself? But, whoa, I actually get the... Okay, no. Wait a second. Let's not bring further attention to it. No, I can't say it. Because if Joe is exposed as the sage, he'll be voted for. I can't do that. I get what you're trying to say. Oh no. KG, you have a sharp mind. This is the one time that this is not what we want. KG, but please wait, you're wrong. I just had it wrong, so... Joe was the sage, everybody. Joe saw Sarah was the Keymaster. That's why he was convinced of a massacre. Of course, it's just a strong possibility, but can you refute it? I guess I can't keep a secret after all. Joe, wait. This is awful. Why? But you aren't giving up yet, are you? Course not. That's the spirit, Joe. Maybe he's not the sage, but based on what Gin said, I don't remember Joe saying that. Did he say that, off screen and Gin happened to hear him? Or maybe he said it to Gin just directly? I don't remember it coming up. Maybe it's my mistake. Maybe I just don't remember. I mean, it's been 2 days since the last one, and then another day for the one before that, so... Everyone, you gotta promise me. What do you mean? I'm the sage. I did a divination, but I haven't clearly said what the result was. Because the sage can't lie about the results. I'm going to say who the Keymaster is. In exchange, I want you to not vote for me. I'm on board. Now tell us their name. Their name is... Joe? what if Joe says that So is... Well, if he says anyone else but Sarah, we know he's lying. But what if he's lying on purpose? Wait a second. If Joe says that... Okay, well, let's start with Sarah. If Joe says that Sarah is the keymaster, he's the sage. I mean, it doesn't mean that he's the sage, but he never saw our card. So all he can do is trust that Sarah is not lying. But maybe he knows Sarah and knows she wouldn't lie. That's possible. Maybe he knows that Sarah never lies. That's possible. So maybe her saying she's the keymaster means he can just claim she's the keymaster, even if he's not the sage. But he can pass for the sage, but then it makes him an easy vote. It makes him an easy vote? What if he's the sacrifice? If he's the sacrifice, and people vote for him because he's an easy vote because he's the sage, he gets to live and he picks Sarah to live, meaning he would succeed at protecting her. I'm reaching maybe, but I think that's a possibility. If So is the keymaster, like if he says that So is the keymaster, what are the implications of that? I need to ponder that. Because he wouldn't say anyone else. If he says that So is the keymaster, it would out Sarah as a liar. Either way, whoever he says is the keymaster, people are likely to think he's telling the truth, because it would confirm either Sarah or So that, their claim. If he says Sarah, it confirms Sarah's claim. If he says So, it confirms So's claim. Either way, it makes him look like the sage, which means that him being the sacrifice is definitely a possibility. If he read the room and thinks, okay, I'm just going to wait to claim I'm the sage, but then whoever the sage is would step up, right? No, they would not. But if people think he's the sacrifice, they would say, hey, Joe is saying that because he's the sacrifice, meaning I'm the sage. It's fine if you vote for me, because if you vote for him, we all die, so you don't want that. So vote for me. I'm willing to sacrifice myself so that not everyone here dies, aside for 2 people. Okay, I don't. Well, why do I feel so uneasy? Sarah, of course, okay. I was trying to think the implications of him saying So, because either way it would confirm what they said, but either way. Joe! Alright, now we look for the sacrifice between So, Kanna, and Kai. I'm the sage? Kanna? Okay. This entire time you were not talking, so maybe she's telling the truth, because Joe is just trying to protect Sarah. He's just trying to make people not vote for her. He definitely could be the sage, and he definitely could not be the sage. But then if he just casually said that Sarah dying would cause a massacre, like, literally, it's taking a chance in the dark to say that. So for him to be right is just... But like I said, maybe he just trusts Sarah. He knows she would not have claimed to be the keymaster if she's not, because he knows she never lies. That's a possibility. I don't know. I don't know Sarah personally like he does. I'm sorry. I'm just going over something I already pondered. Let's just keep going. I'm the sage. Meow. My reading was that So was the keymaster. Okay, we know that she's lying, but other people don't know that. But So knows that. Okay, why is she protecting So specifically? Is it because she hates Sarah? Ever since the lie, she opposes Sarah somehow? I don't think she hates her. She doesn't trust her much anymore, but I don't think she hates her. Hey, no, I am the sage. Miss Sarah was the keymaster. What the hell? Okay, alright, bruh. This is going too fast. We have two people claiming that Sarah is the keymaster, and Kanna is claiming that So is the keymaster. We know that Kanna is lying. First of all, is she being manipulated by So, or does she just hate Sarah and was convinced by what So said? Kai could be the sage. Joe can be the sage. Either way, one of these three is telling the truth, and that means the other two are lying. I mean, I know Kanna is lying, but I mean, the others don't know that. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is there a way to prove that Kanna is lying? I don't think so. Is there a way to prove that either Joe or Kai is lying? Well, I don't even know which one of them is right, because they're both, you know, correct in their reading. Wait a second. If Kanna wants to die, and she is the sage, she would just die like right now, because she would be telling a non-truth. Kanna just lied, meaning she is not the sage. I mean, we knew that. Wait, that's right, we knew that already. Okay, never mind. My head's spinning, Wolf. 8 minutes to go, everyone! Alright, shut up. Okay, quit giving statements, you five. We're going to discuss this amongst ourselves first. Hurry, we've got no time. Progress? Let's go with that. So and Kanna are working together. I've got no doubt. Either working together or So is like manipulating her. Like he made her trust him by telling her sweet lies with his silver tongue. Yeah, that's right. The two of them were together back at the bar when Gunbei/Alice, I think that's when it happened, when Gunbei/Alice left the bar after the interrogation. So and Kanna were just chilling at the bar together. Right? I think that's what happened. Or maybe it was at a different time, but I just know So and Kanna were together at the bar at one point. Could that be when So started, like, manipulating her? Okay, alright, that's... KG, there ain't no way Kanna is up to no good. Kanna's being used by the beanie guy. He's gonna cast her aside. Don't you dare pick her. Finally, thank you, Deko. I got it, Wolf. He's not voting for, he's not trusting. Long-haired apron guy said his role last, so he's suspicious, meow. Definitely lying, Wolf. I was about to believe Joe earlier, but is he really the sage? Well, we can't possibly find the answer in this little time. Ugh, it pains me, but as So or Sarah could potentially be the keymaster, we shouldn't vote for them. Thank you, Alice. Thank you! Finally the voice of reason. While everybody else is debating about who's telling the truth and who's lying, Alice is giving the cold hard truths. It doesn't matter if you love or hate someone. If they are the Keymaster or the sacrifice, you cannot vote for them. Period. And right now, there's two people calling themselves the Keymaster. And no one else stepped up for that the entire time, meaning they cannot vote for Sarah. They cannot vote for So. They can only vote for either Joe, Kanna, or Kai, or else they just risk causing everyone to die, or everyone but two in the case of the sacrifice. Okay, alright, I have to figure things out. Ugh, it pains me, but as So or Sarah could potentially be the Keymaster, we shouldn't vote for them. But who would be a safe bet then? Between Joe, Kanna, and Kai. Long-haired apron guy said his role last, so he's suspicious, meow. Definitely lying, woof. He did say it last. He must have realized that if he was the only one without a role, he'd be chosen by process of elimination, meow. Really? If he doesn't claim a role, if he doesn't claim to... Oh, that's true. If both So and Sarah call themselves the Keymaster, and Joe and Kanna call themselves the Sage, then it would make Kai look like the sacrifice if he said nothing. So if he said nothing, he would be voted off. So he said something so that he doesn't look like the sacrifice and get voted off. Meaning Kai is not the sacrifice. Meaning Joe or Kanna is, but Kanna can't be the sacrifice. Is Joe the sacrifice? Or So? Because So could be the sacrifice. Is So the sacrifice? I mean, I kept talking earlier that So put Joe, Sarah, and Kai forward as targets. The sacrifice would not do that. It's Joe. No. Can't be Joe. I mean. Alright. This was enlightening. Thank you, Gin. By saying that Kai said he's the Sage is a process of elimination because it would make him look like the sacrifice, it means he is not the sacrifice. And Sarah is not. I doubt Kanna is, or else she would... You know. I talked about it earlier. So either Joe or So is the sacrifice. That's what I'm thinking. Oh no. But if he's the sacrifice, he got a nice shot in the dark by claiming Sarah is the Keymaster initially, like indirectly. Unless it's like I explained. Anyway, let's move on. We can't possibly find the answer in this little time. We need to reason out the roles somehow. If only we could just look at what's on the cards. Then we'd know the roles. What's on the cards? Understood. If only we could just look at what's on the cards, then we'd know the roles. Obviously we cannot do that. If we could do that, we would have from the start, huh? Kanna's being used by the beanie guy. He's gonna cast her aside. Don't you dare pick her. Wonder if the beanie's planning to sacrifice Kanna to save his own ass. I was about to believe Joe earlier, but is he really the sage? Feels like it might be possible that Joe's the sacrifice even. Ugh. That's what I'm thinking as well. Him or so. Think, we gotta think! So and Kanna are working together, I've got no doubt. I know that much, but I don't know their roles. If there were some ways to determine them... Is there a way to do that? Is there a way to determine their roles? Kanna's kind of. I keep thinking that she is not the sacrifice for the reason I expressed. Could she be the sage? Is there a way to disprove that? Because we know she's lying about being the sage, but is there a way to prove it to the others without showing my card? I don't think there is. Figures. Okay, wait a second. Is there a way to do that? Oh, really? That's good. Guess I'll persist until you can figure it out, Sarah. Okay, I thought that was the way to advance, but I guess not. Okay, I have to figure something out. Thank you, KG. You got a way to determine the roles? I'll wait till this last second. Is there a way? It's not that. I mean this, but... We know that Kanna is lying, but we cannot prove that she's lying. Both Joe and Kai are correct, but we don't know which of them knows due to being the sage. Like, if Joe is the sage, Kai knows that Joe is the sage. If Kai is the sage, Joe knows that Kai is the sage. But no one else does. And likewise, well... Maybe one of them is thinking Kanna could be the sage and they don't know which of the other two is lying. Okay, maybe it's a three-way, so it's hard to determine. Neither of these last two. Alright, think. Shouldn't vote for them, but who would be a safe bet? Apron guy said his role last. He's definitely lying. Woof. He must have realized that if he was the only one without a role, he'd be chosen by process of elimination. Process of elimination. Is this the key? If we could look at what's on the cards, we'd know the roles. If we could do that, we would have from the start. Kanna's being used. He's gonna cast her aside. I wonder if the beanie's planning to sacrifice Kanna to save his own ass. I was about to believe Joe earlier, but is he really the sage? Might be possible Joe's the sacrifice even. Wow, I got nothing here. I don't see anything. Oh my god. Okay, alright. Alright, thanks KG. At least I can exclude KG. Well, I mean, you got a way to determine the roles? Yeah, I present this to show what the roles do. Like, obviously it's not that. Is there a way to prove that Sarah is the Keymaster, or to disprove that So is the Keymaster? He said his role last, so he's suspicious, meow. Definitely lying, woof. He was the only one without a role. He'd be chosen by process of elimination, meow. Wait a second. I wish I could look at my card. The sage cannot lie. If I present this, I don't see how that would help anything. Let's say I present the rule book number 2. No, not here. Is he really the sage? Might be possible he's the sacrifice even. Think! You gotta think! That's being used. Sacrifice cannot save his own life. I don't think Reiko's statement is part of the solution. If we could look at what's on the cards, we'd know the roles. I don't think that's part of the solution either. And not KG either. As So or Sarah could potentially be the Keymaster, we should not vote for them. But who would be a safe bet? Is Joe really the sage? Might be possible he's the sacrifice. Guy said his role last. He's lying. I'm gonna try this. Worthless. How does that refute me? Okay. Alright, look, I thought that Gin saying that Kai said his role last, which makes him suspicious, and Alice saying who would be a safe bet, with Kai calling himself last to avoid being shown as the sacrifice means he's not the sacrifice. I thought it was related, okay? Give me a break. I'm trying to figure things out. Oh my god. I was about to believe Joe. Was he really the sage? It's possible he's the sacrifice. Oh my god, I got nothing! It's all a blank in my head. Oh no. This is the kind of situation that I fear the most when I stream. In this case it's not a stream, but whether I stream or not. This is the kind of situation I fear the most. When I'm stuck. Being stuck, like the pressure starts building, and at some point the anxiety just rises and rises and rises. Because you get to a point where you probably figured things out yourself. And you're like, why are you dumb? And that's what I keep thinking in my head. That you're calling me dumb right now, that you think I'm slow and stupid. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm slow and stupid, but that's not the point. The point is, I wanna cry. Okay, if I'm still at this in like 10 minutes, I'm gonna just end the recording and figure it out on my own, and then start the recording. Can I do? Nah. Anyway, just. Besides, it's been an hour and 10 already. That would be but that's not a good point to end. Got a way to determine the roles? No! I mean, obviously I don't present this, right? Sarah, this isn't really the time to be handing me this now, is it? Look, that was a silly idea, but I was like, is he being like literal? Or like not literal enough or something? At this point I'll try anything, because my brain is just drawing a blank. Okay, Kyutaro talks about Joe. Hideko talks about Kanna and So. Nao talks about the cards and the rolls. Gin talks about Kai and him being the one without not having claimed the role. Alice talks about So or Sarah and wonders who is a safe bet. No, there's no way. There's no way. If we could look at what's on the cards, we'd know. Yeah, no, I knew it. Whoops. Oh, right, okay. Wait a second. Is he really the sage? Is Joe really the sage? He could be the sacrifice. Is there a way to disprove this with this? If I present this, someone cannot lie about the divination. Sarah, we've got we got the time for you to wait. Sarah, we got the time for you to point at me? Okay, it took me a while to understand. Okay, my idea here was that, what if he, how do I explain it? The fact that he cannot lie about the results of the divination would be, it doesn't prove anything, but if he was about to trust Joe on that, there's no conflicting statements, so I don't think it's that. This has nothing to do with any of this. I mean, Alice got a card himself as well, but... this is the only thing that has anything remotely revolving around the solution. Kanna's being used by the beanie guy. He's gonna cast her aside. Wonder if the beanie's planning to sacrifice Kanna to save his own ass. he really the sage? Might be possible that Joe's the sacrifice. I think Kyutaro's statement is likely to be revolving around the answer. I think Gin's statement might be as well. He'd be chosen by process of elimination. Can I use any of this anywhere? Oh my god. Is that supposed to be a tail? This thing I'm doing with my mouse? Is he wearing a... But that's like a monkey tail. He's either a dog or a cat. What's up with that tail? It's not a cat. Oh, that's a good point. It's probably supposed to be a cat tail, I suppose. Looks more like a monkey tail to me, but whatever. Could be part of the design of the outfit, I don't know. Yeah, this is the point I'm at right now, because I... Who would be a safe bet? There's nothing conflicting here. Ah! Yeah, I gave this to Kyutaro. That wasn't it. I want to say I gave this to someone, but I'm not sure. I'm blanking. I'm blanking. No. My biggest fear has come true. Got a way to determine the roles? What if it does involve KG? Do we have a way to determine the roles? Wait. If only we could look at the cards, we could determine the roles. Got a way to determine the roles? It was KG. I kept thinking it wasn't related to him. Oh. If there was a way to determine what's on the cards. That's right. I remember. The Keymaster card we got. There was a key on it. I think it was a key. Could have sworn it was a key. What's on the cards? Just maybe. 3 minutes left. Let's take a gamble on it. Listen up, everyone. This is the last discussion. Joe, I'll ask you. Right, ask me anything. What's on the Keymaster card? In other words, what's the design? I didn't even realize this was what I was conflicting with the statements. I wasn't even thinking about the design of the cards. I mean, I was talking about it afterwards, but I still didn't realize that the whole point was to ask Joe, Kanna, and Kai about the design. But even so, we cannot prove what the design is to the others. Only the Sage knows what it looks like. Only the Keymaster knows what it looks like. Sarah will know who's lying based on their answer, but it doesn't prove it to the others. That's the problem. What's on the Keymaster card? In other words, what's the design? Huh. You can answer, can't you? Asked the sage. Well done, KG. You've revealed the truth with just one question. Don't take me lightly, will you? Obviously, it's the picture of a key. The Keymaster, so it's a key? Too bad. Actually, Kenna, what did it look like to you? It was a picture of a lock. Obviously, I know she's lying, but... And so is inciting her. They are working together. What did you do to her, So? It was the picture of a lock. Correct. The design for the Keymaster is a lock. How would you know that? Oh, right, silly me. Because he knows. Oh, he's the Keymaster. Haha. Slipped up right at the very end, Joe. What are you talking about? I saw it for sure. A picture of a key. We know Kanna's lying, but we cannot prove that. Joe is correct. Wait a second. I don't know how the sage works. But how can you tell the picture of the Keymaster's card? If you do a quote-unquote divination and you find out who the Keymaster is, I mean, you get told who the Keymaster is. You don't see their card. Kai, are you the Keymaster? Are you the sage? Is what I meant. But maybe it shows the picture of, like, maybe it shows an image of, like, Sarah holding her card. So they would see the art of Sarah's card, the Keymaster card. So it's possible, I don't know. But that's something to take note of. This is your last chance, Sarah. The last? Right, there's no time to keep drawing statements. I need to deal the final blow in just one action, or we all lose. Too bad, Joe. The design for the Keymaster is a lock. This will be my final action. Whoa. Think deeply. The sage knows the Keymaster. If that's true, some people are telling the truth and some are telling lies. There's probably no time to extract statements out of people at this point. Think more. Use clout. Okay, that's interesting. You can use your health to get hints. The Keymaster card So had used a design with a lock. Think deeply. The sage... Ah, okay, I get the same thing. Was a key. I saw it clearly with my own eyes. I don't know if it... Wait, what? What? I mean, I can use clout. Clout. Like, I've got any of that. I have like one. I cannot use any of my clout for this. Okay. Okay, 10. Okay. Contrasting statements is pointless too. People who don't want to be chosen will just stall. People who don't want to be chosen will just stall. Contrasting, as in using the conflicting, is pointless. So I don't use that. Well, yeah, I use the thing, deal the final blow, so this is not really helpful, but... People who don't want to be chosen will just stall? Wait a second. The design is a lock. The design is a lock. The design is a key. He's stalling. You don't see it, but I have a bit of a smile right now. Kai is the sage. That means he is the safe vote. It made sense for him to call himself the sage last, so that he doesn't look like he's the sacrifice. However, he doesn't want to be voted off here. Oh, it's exactly what I was talking about! When you do a divination, when you're the sage, you don't see the card design of the Keymaster card. You just see who the Keymaster is. You see their face, or... I don't know, a picture of them or whatever, or maybe their name. You don't see the picture of... They're both lying! Both Kanna and Joe. Okay, I'm gonna save, obviously, because it seems like it uses your... It's like, if you're wrong, you get a game over, so... Kai. You are the sage. This is it! Please elaborate on that statement. The answer lies within. Does it really? But please don't get in my way now, soul. Yeah, get away. Shut up. And did you think you could prove anything with such a half-hearted attempt? Wait. Everyone, Sarah's hit her limit. Leave this to me. Oh. Was I mistaken? No. I messed up in the very last moment. Are you kidding me? I thought I big-brained everything. Oh, come on. Alright, let's see the game over. Well, I saved, you know, just to be sure, so... With no decision made, the voting begins. Filled with irritation at my failure and fear of suspicion, my vision went black. I can hardly remember anything that came next. Not even who was chosen and who died. Game over. Yeah, you're loading the game over screen like before. This happened a few videos ago. Okay, well, that's the perfect time to stop. I thought I was right. I was not. Damn it. It made so much sense in my head. Okay. Alright. Alright, I'll end this one here. In the next one, we will find the answer. Alright, so thanks very much for watching. And sorry about taking so much time to ponder stuff that doesn't matter. Mostly earlier on in the video. Yeah, in the next one, we finish this darn main game. Yeah, next video, we're killing people! Yeah! Have a nice day.